Yo, what is going on, guys? We are back with another video. Today, we are going to be looking at the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. We had a pretty decent wild card round. Didn't really have many major upsets, but it was some decent football. A couple blowouts, though. But we will be moving into the divisional round now and looking at some of those lines, some of the spreads, and kind of predicting who we think will be in the championships for their side of the bracket. So moving on to the first game, we've got the Kansas City Chiefs hosting the Texans. When I look at this game, I was on the Chargers in the first round, and they clearly did not show up as planned. Just kind of overall team didn't really play to its best potential. CJ looked pretty decent. Nico Collins had a good game, but that Texans defense played very well in my opinion. And we're looking at a line of +8 for the Texans. They are on the road in Kansas City. I do like the +8 for the Texans here. I don't think they'll win outright. I think I will have the Chiefs to move on in this side of the bracket. But I do like +8 for the Texans. I think it's enough points in a playoff game where I'm going to take the team that just came off a huge wild card win. They've looked bad all season. No one really wants to take them against the Chiefs, but I think 8 points is definitely enough here. But I will be taking the Chiefs to move on into the NFC Championship. And then looking at the second game, we'll go to the second AFC game. We've got the Buffalo Bills hosting the Baltimore Ravens. I think this game, and I think everyone agrees, it will be the best game of this round by far, and it's the matchup that everyone's been hoping for. We've got the two MVP front runners. We've got Lamar Jackson and Josh Allen facing off in a very, very important game for both of their careers. We've seen Lamar make the NFC championship before, and so has Josh Allen, but neither of them have been able to get to the Super Bowl yet and make that appearance. And I'm kind of hoping one of them gets to this year. I'm hoping the Buffalo Bills make it, and I will be taking them in this game. I know a lot of people are on the Ravens. We've seen a line switch. The Bills were favored by like 1.5 at first, and they are now plus odds. I think it's only +1, +1.5, but we have seen it flip. And I get it. I get this Ravens team's good. You have a crazy good run game now with Derrick Henry. He's been playing like an all-star. Lamar Jackson is super hard to stop. But I like the Bills at home in the playoffs. Josh Allen has basically been this one-man team. Now, they have a very good defense around them, and they've got a good offense. They've got some weird weapons, in my opinion. No true superstar, just very well-rounded offense. They have a good run game with Cook. Their O-line's been great. I like the Bills better in this spot. I think Josh Allen is, in my opinion, a little bit better of a quarterback. Lamar is phenomenal. He's a beast, but this just seems like Josh Allen's year, and I like them at home in Buffalo in the playoffs. And it's nothing to take against the Ravens. I think I like this spot for the Bills more. I will be having the Bills move on in this spot in the playoffs. So now looking over at the NFC, we have the Lions hosting the Commanders. They are -9.5 currently. And I like the Lions. I think they might blow them out. This Lions team is filthy. It is so well-rounded. They're finally getting healthy. Their secondary looked phenomenal against the Vikings in that last game of the season. Now, we do know the Vikings did not look that great in their playoff game against the Rams. But the Rams are good, and I don't take anything away from the Rams from that game. I think the Vikings just had a hard last two games. Darnold didn't look the best. The O-line looked horrible last game. He got sacked like 10 times. But I do like the Lions in the spot for the 9.5. Jaden Daniels, congrats. You got a nice playoff win in your rookie year, and I think he's got great potential. But this team isn't built to go up against this Lions team. It is so unbelievably good. Their pass game's phenomenal. Their run game's insane. I do know they don't have Montgomery anymore, but I don't think that will affect anything. They've got the best O-line in football. Jared Goff's playing like a top 5 quarterback. They've got a great coach. I think the Lions run through them. I think 9.5 isn't enough points for me to take Washington. So I will have the Lions moving on as well. And looking at this last game, we've got the Rams in Philly. And my first thought is take the Eagles at home in Philly. But I think I'm going to take the Rams. I do like the +6, but I'm also just going to take them to win in the bracket. I'm going to have them move on and play the Lions in the NFC Championship. This Rams team this year, they're good. They're young, but they're good. They've got a great coach. They've got McVay. They've got Stafford, who's a veteran quarterback. They found their star wideout in Puka. You know, Cooper Kupp hasn't looked as good, but he definitely brings some attention off of Puka and helps with that offense. Kyron looks phenomenal. And I think a lot of people, when they look at this game, they just say, oh, Eagles, Saquon, A.J. Brown, Jalen Hurts, run the ball, good defense. And I get it. And I don't disagree. If they make it, you know, props to them. I think they're a phenomenal team. They could still make the Super Bowl and even win it. It's nothing against this Eagles team. I like the Rams coach more. You know, I think McVay is by far a better coach. I think they have the better quarterback. I don't think Hurts has looked good that year or this year at all. And I think if the Rams get to a lead and this Eagles team panics a little bit, I see them fumbling and messing up. And I just don't fully trust them necessarily. I'm not a big Sirianni fan personally. And Hurts is good, but I don't think he's a crazy superstar. And we saw A.J. Brown last game. He was even pissed off. I mean, he was literally reading a book on the sideline, trying to not throw a temper tantrum at Jalen Hurts for not getting the ball. So, I don't know. I like the Rams in this spot. They're a good team. Their defense is very young, and they're playing very well. They're very healthy. I just like this spot for them. I like +6, and I'm going to take them to move on to the NFC Championship. Later this week, I will have some player props coming for this weekend. But just looking at the bracket right now, I will have Chiefs versus Bills and the Rams versus the Lions. And hopefully I go 4-0. I do like these games a lot. We should have a really good weekend of football. But if you guys did enjoy, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.